whispers in the sky, shadows in the night, searching for a signal through the endless fright. Voices on the edges of where our worlds collide, haunting questions echo in the absence of the light. Echoes bouncing back like ghosts trapped in a well, creaking through the silence where the lost spirits dwell. Fingers grasping at the veil, seeking something real. In the dead of night we break through truth, we steal. Life after life, what do you see? Answer me, spirit, speak to me. Endless dark, oh, set me free. Life after life, show me what can be. Through flickering screens and garbled noise, we reach into the unknown like errant boys. Ghosts trapped in wires, specters riding waves, hunting for the answer to the secrets of the graves. Cool breath on my neck, the air is thick with dread. It's not the living, but the dead inside my head. Desperate for the whispers, desperate for the sign. What's beyond the living earth? Tell me what I'll find. Life after life, what do you see? Answer me, spirit, speak to me. Endless dark will set me free. Life after life, show me what can be. Flickering screens and garbled noise, we reach into the unknown like errant boys. Ghosts trapped in wires, specters riding waves, hunting for the answer to the secrets of the graves. Cool breath on my neck, the air is thick with dread. It's not the living, but the dead inside my head. Desperate for the whispers, desperate for the sign. What's beyond the living earth? Tell me what I'll find. Life after life, what do you see? Answer me, spirit, speak to me. Endless dark will set me free. Life after life, show me what can be.
Down on Inch Island, and there's a little boat, a little fishing vessel just past the pier. Pretty cool. Anyway, welcome to Inch Island, and I thought I'd make a video, actually for Master Shredder, actually, because he recently has been talking to me about his Paranormal channel. So what a better place to talk about that than Inch Island. Very appropriate for Cecil because he's got a small peepee. But no, actually Inch Island is called, it translates into Island of the Oysters. What a beautiful, it's a beautiful place, and I like to come down here and I like to chill out. My dog likes to go mad, so I'm going to let her out and let her run around. and then we're going to get into the conversation. But okay. But well, my car is actually filthy. This is the dirtiest my car has been. No, we joking. No, don't jump yet. No. There you go. Run. Run, baby, run. Oh, that boat is turned around. Tide's out today, a lot. But about 6 months ago, I had a look at your channel, Master Shredder. And I actually covered that. I covered one of your videos on my main channel, and that was the equipment that you use. And the way that you conduct your sessions. Now, never mind what Cecil says. Cecil's talking out of his ass. Now, I know that the channel is abandoned a couple of years, but for Cecil to say that you tried the paranormal and it wasn't any good, so you transferred over to talking about Cecil, which is absolute bullshit, because you got less than 100 subscribers and you're getting 150 views. That means you have a viewing rate of over 150%. Cecil doesn't get anywhere near that, you know. In fact, Cecil struggles to get 100 views on a Spirit Box session because he hasn't a clue. You know? But this is so nice. Hello. Oh, sorry. Go on, play. Do you know, he's got a habit of just attacking people because he thinks he's better than everybody else. And in some ways, he's not very good for the paranormal because of his attitude and his lack of inner peace, if you know what I'm saying. This, on the other hand, is inner peace. If my dog would stop jumping on me. And you know, when I looked at some of your, I think I've looked at all your videos at this point, there's this aspect of a kind of relaxation and some kind of spirituality in it. And I used to think like that, and then I kind of turned kind of all white coat and scientific and logic and all that kind of stuff. But when I went to that mindset of setting aside a spiritual belief or spirituality and was doing ITC, being very logical and being closed-minded, results were a lot different. And in fact, I got more responses through the Spirit Box by being open about spirituality, if you know what I'm saying. Do you know, the other thing is too, the end of the day, does it really matter how many fucking people subscribe to your paranormal channel? You know, I'm past I'm past caring at this point. What I do is I do it for me. You know? Whether it's coming down here with a night vision camera at night time, walking around, with the possibility that I might pick up something weird on the audio or the camera itself, I do it for me because this is my me time. It's my relaxation time. I get out of the house, don't talk about Cecil, don't flipping think about him. This is... Cecil is off the table when I'm down here. Oh, there's a... I didn't see that before. There's a little night vision security camera up there. You know, we have to ask ourselves, what does the paranormal do for us? Do you know? And in some ways, it's kind of like reflection time. Or a spiritual reflection, if you know what I mean. I do want to get to that beach over there, along that hill, but I don't know how to get to it. This boat has been trolling around a bit. Oh. Oh, there's chemicals here, so I better... Hello, come on. Is it a bit... take away the slippiness? Yeah. Alright. It's like bleach. Very dangerous down there, actually. But anyway, but I did look at your channel, right? And I know, yes, it's abandoned for a couple of years, and Cecil keeps poking at you with it. It actually was successful, you know? Well, how do we measure success? Are we talking about views and plays, as Cecil would call it? Or are we talking about improvements in inner peace and happiness kind of thing. I used to be obsessed with views and subscriber counts. Used to get up every morning, the first thing I would do, turn on the computer and see how many views I got. For the video that I've done. Yes, it's good to be appreciated that you make the effort to go out and do something. But the main benefit that you can get from it is when you do ITC or when you do some paranormal walkabouts or ghost hunts, you focus on it, which means you take your focus off other things. It clears your mind of stress and Cecil, you know. This is my getting away from Cecil time, you know, and I love it down here. There's a couple of areas, and I'm going to show you it all in a few minutes. So there's that boat getting closer now. Right, you have voice recorders. I hope you can find all this stuff now. Voice recorders and ITC equipment that is actually quite good. Some of those items I have myself. You've got all the tools, you know. Cecil, on the other hand, is a PSP-7 with an antenna replaced by a piece of wire, you know. You have so many different tools at your disposal along with the readings that you have, the books that you have, you know. I think if you were to go back into this, it shouldn't be to get one up on Cecil. Do you know? Yeah, Cecil has slated my paranormal, but I don't do it to get a gotcha on Cecil. I do it for me, you know. At least you're the type of person that's able to think logically. Do you know what I mean? Not be influenced by some of the stuff that's on YouTube that is focused on getting clicks and views, you know. Doesn't matter if I'm going to, you know, come down here, make an effort at night time with my night vision camera, my dog, do all that for me. And because I've recorded it, in case I lose my memory years down the line, I can remember these moments too, you know. You know, and you have had done some ITC, you've got some results, so you know it kind of works. What that normally does is it encourages you to do more. You want more and more and more, you know. Even though you mightn't get to the bottom of what is pausing the communication, you still want that communication because it's special. There's communication, ITC communication is kind of on YouTube now. It's kind of there's so many videos that people kind of think it's normal. But it isn't. It's kind of special. And what you do in ITC and the results you get in ITC, no matter how insignificant it might be in YouTube terms, it's still very special. You know? You know, when you think about it, Cecil, who has slagged your paranormal off, my paranormal off, what does he watch? Ghost Adventures and flipping Paranormal Nightmare. You know, yeah, entertaining shows, but that's all they are. It's not reality. People enjoy watching people do paranormal investigations, but the thing is, there's very few people. What's that? Oh, it's a wee bottle of alcohol bottle or something. Do you know? I've lost myself. People, there's so much paranormal in YouTube that people think that a lot of the entertainment is the real paranormal. But when you do the real paranormal, because there's an image of the paranormal out there that's all scary and demons in basements and stuff, it turns out that people are attracted to that negativity and that bullshit, and then it affects us that try to find truth and logic, and then we're called boring. That's the problem. So that's why at this point in time, I do it for me, you know? I do it for the relaxation. And my dog's covered in sand. She's having a whale of a time. Do you know? Another paranormal investigator that used to come with me on paranormal investigations, I thought, why don't we come down and investigate this beach? Not an awful lot happened, but what happened was, on the way home, there's a little forest here about 500 or 600 yards from here. I thought, this might be a good spot to do some paranormal stuff in the future. So we'll go up and we'll have a look with a camera and spur box 12-587. And that's all we brought. We left the other equipment on the car. Went up into this forest, and it was a kind of a hill. I've gone up there a couple of times since with the dog. But this particular night, we were on top of this flipping hill, and it was a lovely sunny night. Or not a sunny night, it was a summer's night. It was warm. And I had the camera. And I handed the camera over to my other investigator. And I was just going to do spurt box. Next thing, I didn't realise that the person I handed the camera to, Rachel, started shaking. It was the shakiest footage that she's ever done. It wasn't as bad as Cecil, but it was bad. Took out the spirit box and I turned it on. And Cecil will love this. What came out of that spirit box was, "You fat, and see you next Tuesday." And Rachel was about 10 or 15 feet away from me and heard it as clear as day. You know? And she said she felt shaky, and I felt it the same. It was kind of jittery, and there was an effect on our bodies. We came down off the hill, we were fine. You know? Thing is, if we were YouTube bullshitters, nobody'd believe us. You know what I mean? It's starting to flip and rain because we're in Ireland. But if you've got a reputation of doing honest stuff and something weird happens, it's an extra special thing, you know? Bloody hell. Oh, it's pouring. Right, dog has to go up to the car now. Dog's running into my shins. That boat is going around in circles for some reason. But I might have veered off track a little bit. Your Paranormal channel is actually viable. The name has to change though, because you're lost in search. You're lost in YouTube to search. How many videos or channels is called ITC Research? There's fucking loads. You know? If you can change the name, rebrand, and get it going, I reckon you'd do great things with that, you know? Right, I'm going to go up to my next location here. Right. It's got pretty wet, but I'm on my way to the next location. I am now hoping that I can get out of here because I had to come down a steep hill and it's full of rotten leaves. At least we got a couple of minutes of dry weather, you know what I mean? Oh, that's pretty heavy now, that sucks. But the dog did get out. Right. Let's go. Will it make it? It's slipping, it's sliding. I lost traction on the top of it. And it just happened to be two people passing. I hope I didn't cover them in shit. But some of these people that do these paranormal channels and they want to entertain YouTube people, a lot of them actually are lost in the value that they could have got from real paranormal stuff. You know, jumping to conclusions because they used to be a great fan of flipping Ghost Adventures and other huge channels or whatever. And you know, a lot of these people that are successful now don't think logically when it comes to the paranormal. They just flip and put out scare content because the viewers want it, and they're losing that value out of it, you know. I'd rather get very little views and get good personal value out of paranormal experiences, personal experience, than filling viewers full of shite, and you just, the only value you got out of it is a video that's possibly making you money. You know, I can understand people trying to make money and stuff, but I'd rather if they, you know, separate the real from the scary stuff, and, you know, be upfront about, you know, fictionalized content. I'm just passing the forest now where I was talking about. You know, very interesting place. I know it's a commercial forest now, it's not an ancient forest by any means. And I went up there in the daylight, and there's nothing man-made up there on the top of that hill. So it's kind of weird, you know. But it's one of those investigations we won't forget, you know. I'm hoping at some point that this rain will go away and leave me alone. You know, but thought I would respond because you left a comment about your Paranormal channel and that. You know, do you know, if you got the time, you know, it's not just a YouTube thing. I just get so much relaxation out of just being out in nature or abandoned houses or whatever. Don't do abandoned houses anymore, but when I'm at home, I'm looking at YouTube videos, I'm editing or whatever. It gives me something to do when I do get home. Something to watch and something to analyse. I need something to fucking edit, you know what I mean? But if I'm at home, sometimes I'm there and I'm going, wonder if Cecil put up a video. You know, because what kind of crap is he going to come out with next? And sometimes I just have to step away from it, because Cecil doesn't give me relaxed vibes. He's a very troubled person. You know, and I was, you know, years ago I struggled myself. But I found my inner peace in being out and about with a night vision camera at night time when nobody else is about. It's just so flippin' quiet and peaceful. I love it. Whether it is paranormal or not, I don't know. Do you know? People sort of don't understand what I'm doing. Do you know? Because it's different than normal paranormal investigating. It's more like flipping a hunter going out hunting for rabbits. You know, they're checking every spot and, you know, that kind of thing. Looking out for visuals and stuff. And I'm not calling out for spirits, because lately I've stopped doing that because I just feel it's a bit too ghost hunty or something. And maybe, I don't know whether I should open my mind more. There's a flipping abandoned church here, so I go there, you see it on my main channel. It's a very interesting place, actually. It's a church with no roof on it, and there's a couple of graves on it, and it's kind of like, it's fully intact. The wooden frames of the windows are still intact, and there's a couple of graves around it, and it's just a small little piece of land, and you can still see the trees on each side of what used to be the roadway up to the church. It's very interesting. Very difficult place in the summertime because it's just full of briars and that. Winter time it's usually pretty clear. And I've been there a couple of times. You know, there is historic paranormal stories from around here and stuff like that. It's a place called Inch House, and there's supposed to be paranormal activity in that particular house and stuff. But if I'm not here walking around with a night vision camera, I'm at home with either watching videos or editing or something, you know what I mean? And then sometimes we can get too caught up on the negativity that can be on YouTube, especially coming from Cecil. You know, it's sometimes you just need a break, you know? And this island does it for me. There's a car behind me now and probably thinking I'm driving too slow. I'm doing my best here. I'll pull in a second and let you past if you're that fucking in a hurry. There's a church here. I'll just pull in there and let them pass. Sometimes I like to drive around here at about 10 miles an hour and just chill out. There you go. Piss off. I think if you want to restart up your channel, do it for you. You know, focus on you. You know, do it because you want to do it. You know, don't just do it because Cecil thinks you're paranormal as shite, which is completely untrue because Cecil doesn't know anything about the paranormal. He knows what he sees on... Oh, fucking hell. Go on ahead. Oh no, fucking hell. I'm going out the in-way. I'm heading down to another beach. But do it for you, you know what I mean? I think the couple of hours that I spend doing night vision, nighttime sort of paranormal stakeouts or walk-arounds or whatever, I come back and I feel that I've reset, if you know what I mean. It's just sometimes we can have a lot of things on our mind and we can carry it around with us unnecessarily and that. When I come down to a place like this and I bring the dog out, I'm getting exercise and I'm doing a paranormally type night vision explorer kind of thing. I got many benefits and I offload what may be worrying me in the back of my mind kind of thing, you know, and I can come back home and feel a bit refreshed, you know what I mean? Right, we're down at this beach now. We've stopped raining, which is very good. sand everywhere. The tide must have been a very high tide or something. Right, where is this thing? There we go. I'm going to put you on my stand now. There's the other beach, another beach that's on the island. Oh, the dog loves it, you know. I just thought I'd do something different for this channel today because it's less negative or something, I don't know. It's an insight of what I do when I'm not talking about the Kentucky Goblin. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit open down here, so there's a bit of wind. But I used to be in communities of big paranormal channels way back in 2017, and I haven't had great experiences with them, you know. Communities often be toxic. The channels very often show narcissistic flipping tendencies, think they're better than everybody else. I just got fed up. And I sort of distanced myself from the paranormal community, and I just do my own thing. I have to keep an eye on this dog because I think we're on spring tide, and we're full of oysters here, and these oysters are like razor blades. They're flipping really sharp. You know, she's been cut before. But your channel has potential, actually. You know, it's worth keeping. I'm subscribed. I'll support you. You know. You know, we've been watching Cecil for a couple of years now, and we're not expecting much, but we wish he would do something. You know? He's in Kentucky. He's got a history of paranormal in Kentucky. Lots of different things. Even Bigfoot shit. And he doesn't make an effort. He stands in his kitchen ranting and raving about us. Do you know? You have to come to the realization that redemption isn't going to come anytime soon, sort of thing. Do you know? Geez, if I was down that area, I'd be looking into all sorts of stuff, you know what I mean? I've even done a small bit of research. There's flipping cave systems down there, and they're supposed to be haunted by. It's got connections with American Indians and stuff. A lot of flipping stuff. There's this thing about the Kentucky Goblin. I don't know how true that is, but you know, is it some sort of cryptid? I don't know. Bigfoot. And my dogs just ran into me again, and that hurts. That wasn't nice. But Caesar talks about Bigfoot and stuff. Then he goes camping and gives us creepy short videos of filming his daughter and his wife behind their back and shit like that. It's just weird. You know? More rain is coming my way. It's very dark over there. You know, if you feel like revamping that channel, do it. But do it for you, you know what I mean? Do it for you. And reap the benefits of that personally yourself. You know? Don't worry about views too much or that kind of thing. Even though the views are well, you know? It's now at 109 subscribers. There's one video there, there's 280 or something, you know? You know? I don't know. It's very difficult to know what kind of people, what people like to watch, you know? Personally, myself, I'm watching something, I'd like to have a cup of tea and a biscuit and sit down and watch a long video, you know. It doesn't seem to do well for my channel because I look at the statistics and people have watched 10% of the flipping video, you know. But I'm not doing it for business. This dog's running after this bird here. She's going to be well exercised. The bird won. The birdie won. She's well exercised now. She doesn't get out for exercise. She drives me daft in the house. And if I put the heating on, she wants to go outside. You know? There's a lot of things about the paranormal that we don't know. About energies and all this kind of stuff. And you know, if I do a spurt box session down here at sea level, I get good results. And I kind of wonder sometimes, is it got to do with the rock that's it's in the sand or in the area. There's a lot of kind of white quartz and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, even though I try to be logical with a lot of things. But then again, where does logic actually fit in? And so, but you know, you try to be logical wherever you can. Science still can't explain a lot of paranormal things, but if it fits in, you know, we should use it, kind of thing. You know, basic understanding of electromagnetic fields and shit like that. Not Cecil walking around with a K2 meter in his house with a pole full of wires outside his window. It's just, you know, it's logical, you know what I mean? Personally, I used to do investigations, and I used to be involved in investigations. This is pre-COVID and that, and we used to bring fucking cases and cases of stuff. Yeah, it's going to get windy and rain again. Just thought that I would give you something different to look at today than me talking at home about Cecil the Kentucky Goblin. Do you know? It's flipping draining sometimes. You know? Oh, it's got flipping cold. Oh. It's like there was a sudden wind, and that rain that I was talking about that was on the way over, there was really dark clouds, has now hit us. It's pretty bad. But it flipping got out, you know what I mean? And even being out now has cleared my mind of a lot of things, you know? Another thing I was thinking about, well, shouldn't be thinking about down here, is when is enough kind of thing when it comes to Cecil? When is you know, when do we call it quits? Because actually Cecil isn't growing a platform. He's demonetized. Nobody's listening to him, and everybody's listening to us. That means in some ways that we've already, the job is kind of already done, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, that's nasty. You know, when you're thinking about them in them terms, he's got no engagement because he can't get engagement from anybody because he has to inspect the comments first before he approves them and that, and very often he doesn't have any comments to approve, just negative ones, which he then feels the need to then make a video about. And he's just talking fucking nonsense, you know? So, the guy needs, he needs a lot of help, let's just say, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I know you're busy running a business, and it's hard work and stuff, and it's hard to get time and stuff. But, even if you sat at home and done sessions and stuff, it's a reflection and it's a relaxation in itself. You understand ITC. A lot of people flipping turn on the spirit box hoping to talk to demons and shit. It's just, people think that the paranormal is very negative and it's very demonic in nature and stuff like that. Demonic and flipping negativity sells on YouTube, but if you're doing it for real and that, most interactions or communications are of a positive nature, and it's I don't know, is it something like praying? But it is kind of like reflection. It is getting into that thought system of questioning who you're speaking to. If you believe that you're talking to spirits and stuff, you're getting in touch with your spirituality, if that makes sense. I hope it's not like this tomorrow, because I have to film in the Ulster American Folk Park. Oh, that's bad. But at least we got to see the beach. But it's not far from my house, and sometimes I would just take the night vision camera down and get the dog out and that, and there's nobody else around, and you never know, someday I might fucking pick up something on camera that is very difficult to explain. But as I said before, it's got loads of benefits. Exercise, physical exercise, mental relaxation. Dog gets out for a flippin' walk. And I get a YouTube channel, a YouTube video out of it. There's loads of fucking benefits from it. And that's completely outside of flipping me talking about Cecil. Completely outside that. And I kind of need that sometimes. Because, the subject around Cecil is extremely difficult, extremely negative, and it tends to stick in your head a little bit sometimes. But as I says, I'm all for, that channel being saved. I think I hinted it in the last video, didn't I? I think you picked up on it. That's why you commented, I think. Yeah, it's too good to just leave abandoned, I think. I know it's flipping, when you're talking about Cecil or whatever, you're driving somewhere and that, and you're busy. You're either, on a location that you're working in, or you're driving along to the next workplace or whatever, and I don't know what way do you have time to relax, do your own thing, have your own hobbies or whatever. I don't know, but it sure would be good to see, people like yourself, going out there and doing their thing, because we need people with logical thinking People that are not willing to just follow along somebody because they've got millions of subscribers, and because they've got millions of subscribers, they must be, putting out real content. We need more people with bringing down the expectations of the paranormal, and what I mean there is not expecting to go into an abandoned graveyard or cemetery at night time and be scared out by demons or shit like that. It's just bollocks. Do you know what? I've gone to cemeteries and graveyards at night time in night vision, and you know something? It's one of the most relaxing places you could be. I often explain how I'm feeling in a location, and it's completely different than what people want to portray the paranormal as a scary, smash that like button, guys, because we were risking our lives kind of thing. No, they're not. Do you know what I mean? People are hooked on that shit, and that's the problem. Because we don't do it, we don't get views. And I think the reality of the paranormal is just fucking lost in spooky entertainment. It's just nonsense. Then there's a lot of people like Cecil, not in the kid thing, but in the paranormal sort of sheep followers. That's what they are. Sheep followers. They're just going to blindly believe somebody because they've got millions of subscribers, and they're going to do exactly the same thing as they do because they want millions of subscribers too. It's fucking nonsense, and I wouldn't. I could turn around tomorrow and fucking fill people up with shite, but I wouldn't feel good about it. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be flipping truthful and honest to the people that take the time to fucking view my videos than fill them up with shite. I don't think people deserve to be lied to. And that's what a lot of these flipping massive channels do. They just fucking lie to their audience, and they're taking in all this bullshit. And I think, to me, that crosses a moral thing for me. It crosses a moral barrier for me that I refuse to cross, because I got fucking more respect for my viewers, and trying to be logical and stuff. I try to encourage people to be open thinkers too. Use their own flipping, question everything, and do it for yourself, sort of thing. I'd rather. I don't have a fucking fan base anymore because I don't do podcasts anymore, but it might come back. Might come back if I get the right people, but the podcasts, there was 3 of us, and we used to talk way about the paranormal, and we used to talk about different subjects of the paranormal, including Bigfoot and cryptids and haunted dolls and all this stuff, you know what I mean? And what our thoughts and beliefs were around those kind of subjects. Then some of the beliefs that you've had a couple of years ago kind of change over time, because we think differently all the time. We advance. Cecil, on the other hand, doesn't. there doesn't seem to be any improvement, which is the frustrating thing. Putting a Ouija board on a table and putting the planchette on top of it and making a short video of 2 minutes asking the spirits to move the planchette on its own. And if you don't do that, I don't believe in the Ouija board kind of thing. And he claims to do paranormal research. Well, if you've done a bit of paranormal research in that particular subject, apparently the Ouija board's supposed to work through the subconscious mind of the people that are doing the Ouija board thing. It's just fucking nonsense, you know what I mean? It's just... Every time Cecil comes up with a theory, it's just kind of, oh my god. Do you know, it just fucking proves that he never hasn't learned a thing. And he's too stubborn to learn because he's stuck in his own ways, if you know what I mean. He's not opening himself up to be in any way criticised. Do you know, the worst, you can't proceed and you can't learn if you're surrounded 100% of the time with yes people. If you people challenging you, you know, you can think why you're being challenged, if you know what I mean, and you can maybe learn something from it. But Cecil just is in a world of his own, and he's just not willing to do any research at all. A lot of the research around the paranormal goes back fucking donkey's years. A lot of the research around ITC goes back to fucking Marcello Bacci and Annabella Cardoso and that. Well, most people don't even know who they are. Do you know? And then they claim to be paranormal researchers. It doesn't... This is why it's kind of embarrassing to be in the paranormal community. And I just do my own flipping thing. People want to watch, they want to watch. If they don't, it doesn't matter. I do it for myself and I enjoy it. Who cares? Kind of thing, you know? But, yeah, there's a lot of benefit to it personally if you do it for yourself, you know? And don't do it just because Cecil is flipping challenging you and criticising. He's not the right person to criticise because he just doesn't know anything about the paranormal himself. Zach Biggins, fucking Bobby Mackey's. Most of the information on Bobby Mackey's came from fucking Carl Lawson. Above all fucking people. Carl Lawson. Fuck's sake. Oh. Yeah. You see, the problem too with the paranormal community is they take history and they twist it because it's not spooky enough for their audience. So they end up filling the viewer up with shite and then putting out fucking false information. And then people fucking run with it. And then they say, oh, I'm going to that location, it's near my house. So they go out and they fucking start blabbering the same bullshit history. Do you know? And we're in an age where fucking we can get information in seconds. It's just fucking stupid, like. You know? Is it stop raining? It's a bit windy. But I hope you enjoyed Inch Island. The island of the small peepee. But, yeah, I hope you actually do bring that channel back. There's something running around in my head and it's not fully, it's not fully planned, but what about a podcast as well where we can talk about paranormal shit, you know? We used to have, I've done a podcast for a couple of years. There was 3 of us. One person in Australia, another person in mainland UK, and myself. And we had Friday night, a Saturday morning, and Sunday evening, or something like that, you know. And we had a small community. There was about 20 viewers or whatever, but it was fucking... We spent more time after the show was finished than the actual show. It kind of just kept going, if you know what I mean. We would flip and stream for about 3 hours talking about subjects. We had a plan of talking about a particular subject on a particular podcast, and we talk about that subject for 2 hours, and we have 1 hour where we just talk absolute shite. And then we just talk complete and utter shite after the show for another 3 hours. Do you know what I mean? Well, it was interesting conversation, and it was engaging with other people with the same interests and stuff. But, yeah, the people that I've worked with, one of them have left YouTube altogether. The other person uploads very rarely. I'm the only person that's left, you know. But I kind of miss that interactions with other people that are interested in the paranormal and stuff like that, you know. You know, and the interesting thing about the 3 hosts was we weren't yes people. Somebody would say something, you know, we took turns, you know, the host on the night, which if it was me or somebody else, would ask questions, and we all took turns in answering what we believe or whatever. And very often they didn't flip and match. Sometimes we agreed on things, sometimes we completely disagreed on things, but we didn't have flipping drama about it. We respected each other's belief on certain things, you know. But it was interesting in that way because you got sometimes three different perspectives on a certain subject, you know. But anyway, I'm going to go, and I don't know if this was helpful or not, but yeah, I just thought it would be different today. I am going to go home now because there's another shower on the way over here, and it's not looking good. But we got out a bit, and the dog got out for flipping exercise and that, and job is done. So I'll talk to you soon.
To be seen, haunted past, and echo cries, clash with waves in silent skies. No claim to fame, no boasting here, just chasing ghosts, year after year. Celtic wind howled through my veins, guide me through the ancient lanes. Wonder grips my restless soul, burning questions take the toll. I seek the truth, I'll never rest. I search for meaning, nothing less. Amidst the fog and fields of green, the secret's lost but to be seen. Haunted past and echoed cries, clash with waves and silent skies. No claim to fame, Took with hell through my veins, guide me through the ancient lanes.